Hello, I'm Josh George here doing my playoff predictions. What I think, who I think will win the national championship, and etc. Now, I know it's not a 12-team format, but I do want to show this because this is how it may work in the future. Based on the top 25 that I put out in my preseason, this is what the seedings and pairings would look like. Your top 4 conference champions get a bye, not necessarily your top 4 teams. You see where I have Clemson at 4 because they'd be the 4th seed because they're the next highest conference champion. And then Georgia, who I had above them, who beat them head-to-head, I have them at 5 because they're not a conference champion, but they get to host a playoff game, and they get to host Iowa. And then, of course, the other teams hosting are Notre Dame, USC, and Wisconsin. So some interesting games, and you get that rematch. Maybe it was a really good one at the beginning of the season, and it means even more late. Now, in the Capital One Orange Bowl, I have 1 seed Alabama going up against 4 seed Ohio State. When I looked at this matchup, I instantly went back to 2014 when you had a 1 versus a 4. And in Alabama, that's had an incredible season this year, and I think will have an incredible season. But I really don't know if this experience is ready for the playoffs, and they could definitely overlook in Ohio State. So I've got them finishing at 13-1, and Ohio State moving to 13-1 and going on to the national championship game. Now, in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, I have the Georgia Bulldogs facing off against Oklahoma. And, of course, I thought back to that overtime Rose Bowl. Everyone says that this OU defense has improved, but this Georgia wide receiving core is a lot better, and they do have George Pickens back. And JT Daniels could win the Heisman. So I've got them at 13-1, moving on to the national championship, and OU season ending in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl at 12-2. So for my national championship of the college football playoff, it features Georgia and Ohio State. Ohio State has a really good offensive line and Teague in the backfield. You see, and whichever quarterback they go to will be fine because they've got the best wide receiving core in the country. So this kind of a game could be a shootout. Georgia is going to be built to stop the run and run the football and really try to keep this one close because of their trenches play. But when it comes down to it, I think it takes a big-time quarterback to win the title, at least in most seasons, unless you're Alabama. So I've got Georgia, because they've got the big-time quarterback, and I've got them winning the title and finishing at 14-1 and ending Ohio State's season in the national championship again at 13-2. I'm Josh George.